Yo, what's up, family? What's up, friends? OG Larry from GTradesv with this weekly market update. And I want to tap in and try to give everybody a chance to see what I see going into next week. This is not financial advice, but if you find value in this video, hit that like, hit that subscribe. And with that being said, let's get right into these charts. I got the SPY chart up. SPY hit all-time highs this week at 695.31 right here, way up here, 695.31, which was a big move. If you see this daily candle right here, it's a good possibility this SPY is not done moving. So a SPY can clear 694.07, which is where we closed at, then SPY can hit 696, 697.5, 699, and reach for 700. So we're on SPY is on top watch trying to push towards 700 for this week. So the trend is up. If you just kind of follow, we've had red days, we've had green days, but we got this big 3 bar play right here that led into Friday's close at 695.31. So keep SPY on your radar for continued moving for a continued move up. And if it doesn't go, if some kind of way we break down, if SPY rejects, and we move down to come back down to 693, then we could see 691 and 689. SPY needs to hold 689 because if it doesn't, then we could be in shape for a pullback. So closing below 689, that opens the door to 687 right here, which is where this candle closed at. We could come all the way back down to 686, and we don't really want to see 685 right here, because we get back down to where this red candle broke down at, we come all the way back down to 680, 679 area. So keep SPY on your radar for bullish movement above 695. Then we could continue our move, our push higher. And with that being said, let's get on over to the Qs. QQQ, same story. QQQ has been lagging. QQQ lagged for way behind the SPY. It's way more red days and green days for the QQQ, but QQQ also has a 3 bar play right here in effect, and it held the 618 support right here several times, and we got that push up Friday all the way up to 626.65. So that's SPY being that the Qs were lagging a little bit, and got that momentum and held support the past 2 days and a good close. If we can get over 629 this week right here, then we can push towards all-time highs. So it's after hours, it's at 627.03. We can push up towards 629 this week and clear that, then we can make a run for all-time highs up here to 637 area. So keep the Qs on your radar. And if Qs don't hold, let's see, we always got to look at the downside. Just like everything that goes up can come down. So I would be looking at support at 628, 626 area. So if we can hold support, we can hold this support right here at 626. That'll be a good sign. Even on a little pullback, hold 626 and continue up. But if it doesn't, if it doesn't hold 626 and comes back down here to 625, 623, where this red candle went all the way down and back down to 618, then we could be in false breakout mode. So if we ended up coming back down and getting back down through this red candle right here at 618, that would indicate false breakdown mode, and lower down, more downside could be on the way. But the momentum is bullish. I'm not perma bull, but I'm tending bullish this week for sure. So let's clear 626 and hold over 627 this week. We'll see 629 and could be blue sky territories back up to all-time highs after that. So those are the indices I want you to look at. The indexes I want you to keep on your radar, because those are the ones that I watch, because those are kind of like take the temperature of the market and let me know where other stocks that are in those indexes might be going. And I'm gonna talk about a couple and put them on your radar for this week, starting with Apple, just because I think some of these plays could be in for a ride up, just like the SPY and the QQQ. Apple dropped. Look at this crazy drop. It was just over the past few days from 270, 271 all the way down to 255 right here. Boom, 271 there all the way down to 255. That's a significant drop. But be that as it may, last week it ended up closing at 259.37. I mean, Friday we ended up closing. We ended up coming back Thursday and got a little bit of green momentum. They tried to push us back down. That's what this hammer doji is representing. Which is hammer doji tells me Apple could be getting regaining its bullish momentum back to the upside. So Apple get back to 260, which we're at 259. We close at 269. High is 260.21 Friday. So if we get over 260, then Apple could be on the move back up to 265, 270. So if we can get back up 265, 270, knock out some of these red candles, we could find some momentum going back to the upside. So keep Apple on your radar, and it could be due. It could be due for a move. Also, one more I want to put on your radar that was hot and had a lot of momentum that I spoke about in the Discord was Sndk. Sndk was on fire, broke out, and went all the way up to 384. So that's a significant move up. If you can see this big bullish engulfing candle right here, it was also one right here at the beginning of the week, but it went all the way from 245 to 285 almost, and that's nice momentum. It pulled back some. It pulled back to we got a little pullback to 360 Friday, but then boom, right back up. Like I said, the pullback, it came back down to 333. They tried to push it down, and Sndk just barreled right on through the rest of the move all day long and ended up closing at 377, which is a pretty powerful move. So if it holds 370, then if we get a pullback this week and hold 370, this area right here, because it's 377. So we get that little pullback and hold. If we can bounce, we get a bounce in this area right here, then we can make it to all-time highs all the way up to 400. So Sndk was powerful. Keep that on your radar. Let me see, is there something Nvidia was show a lot of relative weakness in Nvidia made Nvidia videos on Nvidia when it was strong, but now Nvidia is pretty weak. Since this bullish candle right here has been pretty much downside, down days, all the way down, back down to 183. So Nvidia needs to get back over 188 for me to start talking about it again, because we had a little move, but it just faded. The move faded on Nvidia. So just like it did on a lot of the chip stocks, but market shift, you have different days for different stocks to move, and sometimes they do, sometimes they don't, sometimes they're up, sometimes they're down, but price action is your friend. So we just go with what the chart gives us, take what the market gives us, and not try to force anything. So these levels, just keep them on your radar and play level to level if you're trading. And if you do, you can make a lot of money this week, because I got a feeling that the bullish momentum isn't over. And always be prepared, not surprised, because it can reverse. A rug can get pulled. They can play tricks, and we could go back down anytime. That's just the stock market for you. But especially have good risk management. Use a stop loss on any trades that you make. Trade level to level. Protect your capital, which is the main thing, and be patient. Don't force any trades. So that's my weekly update. I'll be back next Sunday with a weekly update, and all through the week as things are happening uh, and plays are moving, stocks are moving. I got one more I want to put on your radar just for good measure that I think is going to move this week, and it's CoreWeave. CoreWeave has been kind of playing around, but we got a green candle on Friday. So if we can break out of this little pattern that CoreWeave has, this downtrend that CoreWeave has, and it's been, man, CoreWeave was as high as what they call a 180 something, 187 CoreWeave, and it's all the way down to $80. So CoreWeave has a lot of room for running. If we get that one bullish push or that one move up, then CoreWeave might be something that you want to look at for a quick play to get in, get up, and get out. If it shows some kind of bullish momentum this week. So that's just one I want to put on your radar, and along with the rest of the stocks that I talked about. And let's get some money this week. Let's cook this market instead of letting the market cook us. So that being said, OG's out here. I'll see y'all later in the week. Peace.